Today I show you how to add an eSIM to your iPhone. This is iOS 26, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I have a new eSIM, 1717 on both phones. I have a new eSIM. I just changed a physical SIM card to an eSIM. You can do that. You can convert a SIM card, physical SIM card, to an eSIM, so you don't have to open the iPhone whenever you want to change, and you can change from one device to another. At this time, before converting the SIM card to eSIM, this was the SIM card, but now this is deactivated, so it's not pretty much useful. It just fell on the floor. What's important now is the email confirmation with the QR code. When you get an eSIM, you should get a voucher or a QR code that is the actual identity of the SIM card, and that in the Android phone or in the iPhone can be used to add an eSIM. And the way to add the eSIM is pretty simple. First, I want to show you that I have SITA. I have one connection with SITA there. To add the eSIM, you have to open the settings app, and here in the settings you have the settings. Here in the settings you open the cellular. On the cellular page here you have the information about the SIM cards installed on your iPhone. You will scroll down until you see the option to add eSIM. I already have a SIM card in the iPhone, and you see it has the signal there, a little bit weak, I would say, and then I tap add eSIM. It's very simple now. And when you do this, you need to have the QR code, or you could use it manually. I could transfer from Android or transfer from nearby phone. Now that QR code is in an email. I chose, when I got the QR code, I wanted to get it as an email, so I could change it from one device to another. But also be careful, if you move the QR code, the eSIM, from one device to another too many times, you might have to get another QR code. So this one, it works up to 6 times from what I understood. Normally you add the QR code to a mobile phone and you don't need to transfer it to another phone, but if you move phone numbers from one device to another, it's really better to use the physical SIM card, because the QR code, apparently it has a limit on how many times you can do that, how many times you can move the phone number, the eSIM, from one phone to the other. The physical SIM, you can move it as many times as you like. I have the information from the physical SIM card here with the PUC code and PIN code, but now with the eSIM this might be a little bit different, but probably the PUC code was the same. So any paper you got from the physical SIM, if you had a physical SIM and then you change to an eSIM, keep the SIM card, keep the papers, everything, because you might need them. Also, information like the PUC code, PUK code, you can get it from your provider or from an app of the provider. And I can transfer from nearby iPhone. This is the easiest option, and the QR code and transfer from Android. I just want to see how it looks like if I transfer from Android, but I don't have the number. The eSIM is not installed anywhere now, so I have it as an email there. But if you wanted to transfer from Android, that's an option. Transfer from nearby iPhone, that's also a nice option, but I can simply use the QR code or enter the details manually. I could also enter the details manually. That's a nice option to have. Here on my Android phone, I just use this other phone to have the QR code to show something. This is the eSIM. I got the eSIM here. So the PUC code changes. The PUC code will change, so it's not the same anymore when you change from physical SIM to eSIM. And here I have the details for activate on Android, activate on iOS. There is a manual address, manual way to add it to the iPhone, but I want to scan the QR code. This is the QR code. It's a simple QR code, but it doesn't need to be complicated. My iPhone is ready to scan the QR code, and I will show it now on the screen. It already got it. It was very quick to get the QR code, even outside of the window there. Your new eSIM from SITA is ready to activate. Okay, continue. This is on iPhone now, so I don't need another phone anymore. All I needed was the eSIM, the picture, and I could copy the details into the iPhone from the email. I didn't really need to use the Android phone. I could use any screen, computer screen or anything. Now it's still activating. So I paid €5 extra for the eSIM. I paid €2 for the SIM card and to connect, to get the number, and then it was €5 to connect. Okay, so unlock your SIMs to use them. So this first number is unlocked, and I have to enter the PIN code, and which should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Your SITA eSIM is now active. So the eSIM is active now on the phone, and I have now 2 signal bars. Okay, that's interesting. You see there are 2 signal bars there now with the eSIM and physical SIM. So the eSIM should be this light, the thin one, and the physical SIM, the larger one. I like that. Okay. Requested transfer verification code. It may vary for. I don't know where to use this code. I think it was part of the iPhone read the code. It was reading the code. Let's see now. Okay, so now I have the cellular now I have the cellular page, and I have now an option to turn off SIMs. I can add another eSIM if I wanted to, but you have the primary and you have the travel now. And the travel is the new phone number. This is the new phone number, and I could call this secondary. Let's call it secondary. Okay, so it will do a setup. It tells me the label for primary is my main phone number, for secondary the new phone number. Okay, the default line to call and send messages, I will choose the primary. I will choose iMessage and FaceTime only on primary. Could I choose both? I could choose both, so I'll choose both here. Okay. Turn on iMessage. Choose the default line for cellular data. Allow cellular data switching. Oh, that's interesting. I could use both at the same time. That's nice. For now, I will choose, let's try this one, secondary. Yeah, so it's done. This is the information. This is my phone number. It's a temporary phone number. You could call this if you want, or send a message these months, I don't know, until the end of the year 2025 maybe. And Wi-Fi calling is off. Cellular data. Okay. So I can turn off this line. Okay, cellular data is off, and I have the primary, which is the physical SIM is on, and the eSIM is marked as secondary here. And I can enable this line, and you can see there on top, when I enable it, I have to unlock it. I have to enter the PIN code. Okay. And I could remove the PIN code. Let's see. So I don't remove it, I just turn it off, so it doesn't ask every time. and like this it won't ask every time when I start the iPhone to enter a PIN code for the iPhone, for the SIM card. Okay, the SIM pin is off. Anytime I want, I can delete this. I can delete the eSIM. Anytime I want, I can delete the eSIM and add it to my Android phone, to the Xperia. I will try a few things to see which one, how it works better, but it's interesting. It shows information about SIMs, which is the primary, which is the secondary, and I could add different labels, and I could set which is the primary for voice. So if I'm making a phone call, which number will be called. If I'm making a phone call, which number I will be calling from. That's really nice how they added it. And I could add more. So I could add another eSIM if I wanted to. I have another eSIM, actually, Cablenet. I will change that to an eSIM also. But from now, this is how to add an eSIM to your iPhone, and now you have this. You can easily disable it. You can use the eSIM for traveling. That's why it had the travel label first. You can travel somewhere and get a local package, unlimited internet, so you can have there as much internet as you like without having to worry about using roaming and internet or calls in roaming. I hope this helps you see how you put an eSIM on your iPhone. Thanks for watching. This is iOS 26, by the way. Thanks for watching.